Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at
bloopers.
Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast and you do what you want. At this time, doing what I want. Hope you knew what you want.
Hello, my beautiful kings and queens. How you living? How you feeling? Today we doing a little different type of podcast, and I got a lovely, beautiful guest with me, and we gonna do a little questionnaire. And everybody introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Keidra.
Okay.
It's your girl Nene, aka Miss Trav.
It's your girl Time, place to be.
Okay.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Period. So today we are going to be doing a little questionnaire, kind of a little old school, new school kind of comparison within our point of views. And we have a box full of questions. Yes, Pat Ron. Yes, you see it. Reposado. And yeah, we just gonna really dive deep into the past and or present future. And yeah, let's get into it. Would y'all like to do a little entry sip or
an
Entry sip.
Sure. Let's get this party
Come on,
started.
I do got a little sip, love.
this is sip? This is sip.
Tip.
Oh,
Y'all need to
hold
tip
on.
together.
Oh,
Come on, baby girl. Tata.
I'm a little
Hold on,
discombobulated.
get Tata.
Oh,
Tata got 2
boop,
cups.
boop. I got
yeah,
it.
cause of chaser. I'm about to get
You should do that.
What?
Tap table.
Nice and ready, guys. All right. So, who would like to start?
The host. No. The host always got to
Oh, yeah, I always love
Okay.
you to start. Okay.
So, Nene Bear will be first picking a question. What question will she pick? Survey says.
How do you feel about polygamy?
Polygamy.
Open polygamy.
It was polygamy for me.
It's okay. Pat Ron is in the building with us, guys. It is, no. It does not count. It does not count. It don't
Listen,
count.
y'all. Listen. Okay. Anyways, redo. So the question is, how do you feel about polygamy? Open relationships.
So you start,
Me.
or you can start, or give it to someone. To
Okay.
answer. We making up the rules as we go, y'all.
I don't like sharing. So
Okay, Clock.
one thing about it,
2 things
I'm
for
not
sure.
opening nothing. that's not going for me. How about y'all?
Okay. Well, to each his own.
Oh,
To each his own, but I'm spoiled for attention. I don't like to share, but I don't like to share men, or I don't like to share certain relationships. I don't mind sharing relationships, but it depends on the type of relationship it is that you're sharing. I can share friendships, but relationship, no, I can't share that because I'm spoiled for attention, and I'm kind of selfish to an extent, in a good way though. But yeah, a healthy selfishness. Okay, pass the mic.
Well, I don't think I do share.
Okay,
truthful.
Like-
Teachers on.
So is this something that you
So
like?
how
How do you feel about sharing?
I'm kind of cool with it. Like it's okay. I don't, long as don't nothing that don't supposed to come my way.
Right.
You got to know how to balance the two, I guess.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
When you say you don't mind that you like sharing, are you talking in a sense of also sexual, or just you don't mind sharing conversations?
I can't even really say I don't mind it because I done it several times. Like
Yeah, because men do men cheat. Yeah, for sure, men cheat. But that's no, I'm saying that's not considered sharing because you're not knowingly.
No.
Doing threesome.
Oh no.
Y'all openly talking about y'all messing with other people.
Yeah, open relationship.
Yeah.
Now
Are
if
you
he
cool
gonna
with-
cheat, come tell me, because then I might want to cheat. or I might want to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
but don't. No, if he was
if he asked you, could he mess with somebody within y'all's relationship? How? Like,
no, not with us together.
Okay, so open relationship wise, you're not for it.
No.
Okay.
Not with.
But if you feel like you could forgive cheating, is what you're saying.
I done it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've done it, but that's the past. What? How do you?
Oh,
feel now?
Currently.
No. Now I'm standing on business. I'm too old for that.
Yeah. Okay. Clock it.
Too old for that.
Period. And I love to hear that. Me personally, hell no. Absolutely not. Well, actually, if we're being technical, I actually wouldn't oppose, but it would have to be like years within the relationship, and I'd have to be like very committed within my partner. Only because
to know to really be able to trust your partner, to know that he's not gonna go over them boundaries.
But I swing both ways.
Oh, see.
So it's a little different. So like we could include someone in a one night thing and then keep it pushing to that point after. Like, and it would be like a respectful thing, because like I would be confident enough to allow that. You know, like, but if we just the first year though, first 3, absolutely not. No, like we had to be maybe ring on finger for that to even happen. Like
I said, to each his own.
Right. No. But I'm not gonna be just, you can have him, you can have her. Absolutely not.
Even if anyone agreed, that's their, their preference. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's why I said to each its own. I just won't do it. My personal opinion, I don't do it, but I'm not going to dislike somebody that does it. I'm not going to hate on somebody that does it. I'm not going to judge someone that does it. It's just that for me personally, it's not my.
We don't judge no way.
Exactly. We have no judgment on this channel.
What's the little judge?
Not at all.
What's the love? What's the?
We listen.
Yeah,
we don't judge.
We listen. We don't judge.
Okay.
That was it.
Get a good one. Be careful now.
All right. What's something you did as a kid that you wouldn't do now? Steal.
Okay.
I wouldn't steal again. Yeah, stealing is not good. I stole when I was a kid, and then I lied to my grandmother that I stole it, and I got in trouble twice from my grandmother. And she went home and told my granddaddy. My granddaddy got, and she told my aunts and my uncle, and everybody scolded me verbally. So yeah, that's something I did as a kid. Stealing, yeah, stealing is not. Yeah, I will never do that again.
I wasn't a bad kid, so
nothing.
Something I would never. Let me see that I would. I wasn't, Mom. Do y'all see this? Okay. I guess.
What did you do?
I guess something I've done as a kid that I wouldn't do now is let people get under my skin. When I was a kid, I just always had let people get under my skin, and like, everything used to hurt me. I was a crybaby. I am a Cancer, but I was a crybaby. So that's something that I would change, definitely. Yeah, because I wasn't like a bad kid. I mean, yes, I have stole, but I probably stole like once or twice, and I stopped anyway as a kid. So it's like that's not something or like, fighting. Everybody done that as a kid.
As a kid, say, what did you do? As a kid?
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, all of that. I wouldn't do none of that.
No, I mean, I'm gonna steal her all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you were boosting.
No, baby, I want no ghost. I want no thief. I just have to steal that one.
She said you were klepto.
No,
like
just correctly.
But
I want no thief.
Yeah. she wasn't a thief. She wasn't a thief, y'all. Okay, but yeah, that's something I would change. Let people get under my skin.
I should say that because it's bigger than my skin.
I think one thing I wouldn't do now that I did as a kid would be holding on to labels so much when it comes to labeling parents or siblings or loved ones.
Girl, y'all said some good stuff.
Yeah, only because I feel like we put people in boxes and allow them to follow up to certain expectations that they sometimes cannot. And I think that caused a lot of disappointment within my life because I didn't have the mind to think like, oh, they're a person outside of the title that they are to me.
I should have thought about this question.
So, it's okay, we getting there. You feeling the vibe. You feeling it. You feeling it. Yeah, you feeling it. Nah, I still ain't real too. Hey, I wish I ain't doing it.
Yeah, that's me too. Like,
That's definitely a heavy one, but like on a bigger spectrum, I do feel like
you said.
yeah, facts. You took mine, so I was like, like thinking on a realistic standpoint, I do feel like labels do restrict us into what we feel like we deserve from the person, especially when it comes to family. And I think once you allow that, see people of them, everybody living their first life to their knowledge. And so I feel like that's gonna alter how you see people. You don't take stuff so personal. And yeah, if I would have learned that a lot sooner, I feel like I would have been a lot more at peace, a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Good-ish.
Well,
I'm gonna back that question again.
We can talk about it.
Kilolo said, I'm gonna say I should have listened to my parents and not had sex until I was married. Well, I ain't gonna say until I was married, but at least till I was old enough, because I had my kid one anyway. I was young, so a lot of stuff was kind of rough coming up, but I did have good support. Like my family was there. It was just a lot of stuff emotionally because I was too young to even be trying to handle, to even know or to understand how to even handle that stuff or to go through what I was going through.
Yeah,
Put
I
it
wanna
into
stay on this
words.
question for a second.
So yeah, because I've been through a lot. And too, I be feeling like me starting early took away some of
Childhood experiences, yes.
and
I got married
also
at a young age.
I feel like it had me, I guess not like bad.
Take your time.
You know how you had, if I would have paid attention back then and done what my parents,
Right.
stayed away from the stuff that my parents was telling me to stay away from. That I just feel like not that, because my life probably would have still been same by now, because I probably still would have had 3 kids, but I would have did it a little better. Like I would by now, the age I am, I would be more stable. I would be more set. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I should be thinking about grandkids funding and stuff like that.
But I think
Now you have
based on the experiences that you was put through and went through, it altered your ability to have enlightenment at such a young age, though, too, because you had a different focal point and you had to focus on other stressors and traumas and things in your life that allowed you or didn't allow you to be open enough to experience that childlike life that you deserve.
Everyone grow up a certain way for a reason. Like you was put in survival mode, but that was your destiny.
It's fight or flight.
You was exactly.
You had to fight it.
You was just basically put in survival mode, and that was your test.
Yeah, because.
And shoot, look at me. You did a good job. Okay. But yeah.
Real quick, let me make sure it's still good.
Go back.
Let's keep the juice flowing, y'all. I'm loving the content. I appreciate y'all being so vulnerable and open. I really love that on my channel, so thank y'all.
You're welcome.
You want to continue on the question? You want to
redo the question?
Well, I'm gonna say this as a kid, I was a fighter. I did a lot of fighting when I was young. I thought I had to fight because I didn't never have no one to protect me. I was always the protector, but I was the baby of the clique. But I felt like that I never had no one to protect me. So I felt like I was, forced to protect myself and to protect others when I ain't supposed
You
to.
had to be the person that you want to be, like that you want in your life.
Yes, I did. I felt like I felt like I was my missing piece. I had to be that. I was forced to be that. Yeah, and backing off what Nene said earlier about the emotional thing, letting things get to me. You know, so fat, yeah, having a fat, and I got married at a very young age. I got married at 17. I was raised by my grandparents. They didn't believe in the old fashioned Christian law, but which I really understand that because I had other siblings that didn't do that too. It was only done to me. They didn't force it to my sister. They didn't do that to my brother. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the baby of the bunch, but it was forced on to me, and I never understood why me. So a lot of stuff that happened with me, and I feel like that's the reason why. Don't say that shit in front of my family because they be looking at me like I'm crazy. Man, you ain't no black sheep. But that's yep, I was the black sheep. And to this day I still feel like the black sheep because don't nobody fuck with me for real.
You just you more outspoken.
Real. Clock it, right?
And I'm more true. I'm more truthful and I don't they say I'm brutally honest.
But living in authenticity is way stronger than being who they want you to be.
I don't know how to do that.
And see, that goes back to what she was just saying when she was like labeling.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
You see how you meet,
see how you said it, I was like,
see how each day, every day you done meet new people and we've been around for a long time. So you built your own family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe in that.
So like,
and oftentimes you gotta detach from the feelings that these people gave you because you're bigger than
the feelings.
Am I doing that? Doing that?
Yes.
I'm definitely doing
that. Yes.
We love a healing queen.
Yes, and I'm healing.
As you should.
It's lonely healing by yourself though. It's very lonely. It's lonely.
That don't mean you alone.
That don't mean you alone.
Exactly.
God there all the time.
Exactly.
Now
I always say that. I'm still learning that. I'm still learning to love self. Because I've been loving other people so much for so long and not putting myself first for so long. So now I'm learning that.
That is definitely me too.
Amazing. I love it. I love it.
It's so good.
I love it.
All of them was good, but let's get some juiciness.
Yeah, we got some spices in here too, though, y'all.
Oh,
what you feeling like?
What? Oh,
what weekly thing?
What's our biggest mistakes as women?
Human.
Oh,
what's our biggest mistakes as human?
As
human.
We don't do mistakes as women.
Right. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but that's as human.
Okay.
That's being human. But that's why she said human because that's being human.
I made some mistakes. As a human,
we're gonna do human, not women, though.
What's our biggest mistakes as humans?
As a collective in a worldly standpoint.
Letting people tell me what's going on instead of me paying attention and seeing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I have big issue with that. That's why I say I know I'm growing all the way into me. Into me, because like I've been watching a lot of stuff in the world that been actually happening that we've been knew about or we've been heard about. Like why we gotta see it? Why we acting being surprised like this stuff ain't been going on. I was like,
right. So basically, like we brain basically you trying to tap into being
too. Like
being brainwashed by like what's in front of you. Like that's where the internet and stuff come in. Is but we're gonna get into that probably.
Okay, I feel like that's a real big mistake that.
Can I partake in that? I think our biggest mistakes as humans is allowing a societal standpoint to take away our power that we have as beings within ourselves. Like I think that we are raised from such a young age to be disconnected and have everything outside of us that we don't see how much power we have within us and that our mind is so powerful that we can literally dictate our destiny. And I think that that's an issue within human society. Like we are so oblivious, like you said, to the things in front of us that we yearn for human desires. Like just that temporary validation and temporary temptation, stuff like that. Like we yearn for that kind of stuff when in reality, like the depth is within us, and that's the only time we're gonna feel complete is when we complete our, our traumas, our missions within us. And yeah,
And then a lot got to do with your upbringing too, because if you wasn't raised to be taught that or to understand that, it's gonna be a long time before somebody recognize that it need to be a change on this or on that. Because the way I was raised, I wasn't raised to be successful. I was raised to survive. Exactly. So it's a difference. It's a difference to me when it comes down to success and survival. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what success means. I don't know what to be successful means.
can I ask you something?
Mhm.
What would, in your terms, what would be your version of success then?
From what from what I ain't gonna say from what I was born, from what I have grown up to see through society, money makes you successful. That's what makes people successful. But from the experience, listen, but from what I experienced by trusting God and having faith in God, being your true self is success to me. That's my personal outlook on it. Me being my true self is success to me. You know what I'm saying?
So self discovery.
Exactly.
That's just like I always be telling people, I don't want to be rich. I just want to live life.
You
I
can
want
be rich
to
with
be. I want to
abundance.
be able
Sure
to
can. I had to learn it the hard way because a long time I thought being rich was about
money, and that's
like, you know what I'm saying. But
yeah.
I had to learn that being rich is about your belief, your faith, your well-being, your mental, your heart, your soul, the way you walk, the way you talk. Like it has a lot to do with just you as a human. Period. You get what I'm saying? Like that's my personal opinion. Like my outlook or what I feel like what success is to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen a straight up bum have the biggest faith and hope.
Yeah.
As bright as a goddamn star. But
They're grateful. They feel
you know what I'm
abundant
saying?
within their
So
soul.
in their mind, they might have, they you know what I'm saying? They rich, they successful in their mind. So success can mean different things to different people of walk of life. It depends on your walk with life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. What about you?
Okay, my go. I think I don't know what to say. Really, I could just piggyback off what everybody else said. Honestly, like, and I also say money, cause
Heavy on that.
as humans, and inside the society and like the state, especially living inside a Commonwealth state, everything is about money. We have a 1 bedroom apartments that's $1,000 and something dollars, and they not even living up to the
Bare
price,
minimum standard.
the bare, So I feel like money is what bring a lot of doubt into people's lives and why people feel like they can't, get to where they want to be because of money. Well, really, if all you have is faith, you can get to where you want to be. Off a penny. It's social media too, because on social media they see everybody
thinking that. Really,
But I think everything stems from a form of comparison. I think we have a lot of people in our collective that are so insecure within themselves that they compare and they want out of envy and jealousy because of something that they lack. Because
I have that spirit just a little tiny bit.
And everybody does have that form of jealousy. However, there's people who do solely walk around in envy of the lack. If you're only gonna operate from a lack mindset, that's all you're gonna see in your 3D. If your mind only tells you my life is shitty, or excuse my language, but it's like terrible, that's all that your environment is gonna show. Like until you start feeling that energy that you deserve better, you're not gonna see better until you're moving from
until
what
you
you
be
would
better.
do. Yeah, like you're
You
not
won't
gonna
see better
it.
until you be better.
And
honestly.
I think we
I don't
lack
think of an age
accountability.
for that either.
Exactly.
Definitely.
I think we lack accountability as Americans. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That ranges from any age range.
They can say, "Oh, you too old to do that now."
Never.
Not too old, not too old or too young to do anything.
Exactly.
And I think we're so taught, like we're taught so much to like not feel so confident within ourselves. Like they want us to feel small when like everybody should be able to feel big within their own world. Like when people just verbalize like, "Oh, you in your own world," that's a real.
Hold on, because I think it's a different when it comes down to races too, because the African American community and the other communities.
Yes.
We our struggles are different.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it has a lot to do with the ethnicity of that person.
In all respect too, my focal point is always going to be at melanated people. Like, because at the end of the day, I think there's enough spokespeople out there for the Caucasian people that that's not my focal point, because at the end of the day, we lack so many people who care enough to speak up for us. That's my focal point. I'm Black, Hispanic, Indian. None of those speak white. So at the end of the day, like, that is forever going to be my focal point. I've always been a proud Black Hispanic woman. Like that's such a pride that I take, that I feel like people don't realize how much power and how much strength comes behind those like ancestral lines. Like that goes so deep and so heavy that. But us in this day and age, our people this age, they like, what's on TikTok, what's on this and the third. They're not worried. Like they're not worried about, like how can I elevate in a way that my ancestors weren't fortunate enough to do so, or like, there's it goes so deep if you're into like spiritual things and like spiritual awakenings, things like that. It just really depends on your way of living, and that's very controversial as well. But I do think, like, I don't know, I just feel like people could use a lot of introspection and a lot more confidence. That if everybody was more confident in each other, we would spend less time worried about what everybody else got going on. Like, because people with money don't be caring about what people got going on.
That's not true.
Well, it is certain to an extent of like
they be the ones that the most depressing, the ones that we think that's living
not those.
But deep down inside, they be depressed.
A mentally stable, fortunate person, I should say.
We think they living their best life because they got all this money, but they really be.
It's still stuff going on behind closed doors.
And I never knew that until, I'm gonna tell you, when I realized people with money ain't no better than us. You know what I'm saying?
We're all equal.
They have the same. But for a long time, I didn't think that. For a long time, I thought people with money was living better than me.
So we train to think that. We train to think that we on this pyramid when in reality,
finding out these rich people was killing themselves, committing suicide because
they hate their lives more than us half the time. They wish they was in our position solely based on what they.
I was shocked that why they kill themselves. They have more money than me. They can have whatever they want, blah blah. But you never know what they're going through.
Because
that's why that goes back to why I said money is a mistake. Is that the root of all evil? Because people with a lot of money will still be the ones to commit suicide or things like that, because they are still going through things mentally. They're not getting enough love. They're not being seen. People are just seeing them for the celebrity and not seeing them for who they are. So it's a lot of things that, a lot of celebrities. That's why I say I don't care to be famous. Obviously, in this day and age, that's the fastest way to get out there. So having your face somewhere is the fastest way to get you somewhere right now. Not gonna lie. But long as I can take care of me, my family, and the people that I love, and do the things that I like to do, that's all I care about. That's why, bless you. That's why I'm young. I'm 21, so it's like I don't know what I want to do for real, but I have an idea of what I want to do. But I know where I want to be, so I'm still contemplating the steps of how to get there. But I'm moving on. I'm going step by step for sure. As long as you make an effort, and that exactly.
And that's why I say don't ever compare your journey based on what you view
to what someone to what someone else got going on.
That's another reason I say ain't no such thing as once you get a certain age, it's too late for that person.
Exactly.
No,
You can
teach your own
everybody
child
do
to
stuff at their own pace.
I promise
and one
you
thing I don't believe in, birds of a feather flock together.
No, I
I
don't
don't believe in that. And we talked about it the other day, didn't we?
I don't believe that.
Can I say a little bit of a controversial thing though?
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm still denying it.
No, 1,000%. I don't think all birds of a feather flock together,
Right.
but I think over time, if you continue to flock with the same type of bird, you will soon because there's, even if you believe in God, there's scriptures that speak on spoiled fruit, things like that. Even if you view it, I just think it's hard to grow in a space with people who have restricted mindsets of your past if you're trying to grow to your future. And if you're around people
I think
who,
it depends on that person's willpower.
No.
Your willpower is strong and stuff. That's different.
But but that would mean that y'all are the same birds though, because they're on your same wavelength. But imagine you had a person who's not on your wavelength, but you outgrowing them. You've ever had somebody you've outgrown?
That's going back to the labeling. That's going back to the labeling. When you label somebody as your friend, or even your mom and your dad, and you're expecting them to do this, but that's not what they're doing. But just because they're your mom or your dad or your friend or your cousin, you're thinking that, well, they'll get it together, eventually. And but you see a pattern all the time. You
gotta see action versus solely it goes right back to the labeling, and not potential, because you're seeing what you would do in their position, not what they're actually solely doing to you, because you're seeing from the heart of your pure heart of, I would never do someone like that, so I don't expect them to do that, because you got a heart of gold. That's not always what somebody's going to perceive you as. Some people don't have positive pure intention, and that's where that detachment comes, because at the end of the day, you can't have that expectation that everybody's gonna be like you. You just got to be able to love from an open heart.
I had to learn that.
I had to learn that.
Took me a long time.
That was a heavy one. Like,
it took me a long time. Definitely. But I don't believe birds of feather flock together. I never believed that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I didn't hang with some people that did some crazy stuff, but I would never do.
Yeah,
I would sit right there and let them and watch them do it, and I still won't do it. I'm gonna give you my opinion, trust and believe. I'm not gonna friend that's just gonna tell you. They're just gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, that's cool, do it. But I'm not doing it. I'm gonna be like, you look crazy, but go ahead and do what you want to do. That's how I'm gonna be. So it's just
because I love this person.
Exactly.
I'm like them. I'm with them.
Just because I just love them for who they are. I don't care what they doing. They don't change my love for them.
I think that's a different thing.
That don't mean I have to be like them just because we're hanging together, or you see us always together. Don't mean whatever they do behind closed doors, I'm doing.
I think that's a difference. Yeah, I'm about to say, I think it's half
some people. Yeah, sometimes.
But like she was saying at first, like what I thought she was saying is when you with somebody 24/7 and stuff, like it does. The stuff that they do sometimes it does rub off on.
Yeah,
like but it depends on that person's willpower. If your willpower is weak, then you're gonna let that get to you. But if your mind is determined and at this, can't nothing deter you to be like them or want to be like them. Or
I think it's less of that and more so if you're viewing somebody from a standpoint of like, oh, I feel like they might have positive intentions towards me. If they're giving you advice and you feel like it's good intention, but in reality they're not in the mind space to give you that, I think that could, to you, again, you have pure intentions. That doesn't always mean that the other person on the other side will have that. I think that's how I view it. Like, I think it's a 50-50 because there's some people who, you can have friends that act cool and you chill and it meshes well because opposites attract. But there's another side that I think, exactly. But I also think there's another side too that you don't align with certain people and you can't flock with them because if you do flock with them, they're going to be an anchor to your growth within your life. And I think that's that 50-50. Because some people they be leeches.
I just seen a lot, and
that's why I say it depends on the willpower. It's true. Like they say, marijuana is what they call it? The road to the next. I don't believe in that.
Oh, gateway drug.
Yeah, gateway drug. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in
I don't.
Not for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
What have y'all ever seen or heard about somebody doing that was crazy or off the wall off of marijuana? And besides, I'm talking about
Yeah,
not this new marijuana that's out now. Cause
Okay,
never
so
too late.
the next two we're gonna do real fast, and they're gonna be speed round. So we all gonna give an answer real quick, and yes, we can bust out two. And these were the last two.
Put it on.
Okay.
Put it
What advice would you give someone with no kids? I'll start even though I don't have any kids, but I think don't have a kid to gain love. That's the biggest thing I could say. Because you still feel incomplete. Yes.
Oh, me.
Yeah, we're just going around real fast.
I don't have any kids either.
Yeah.
The best advice I get to somebody with no kids is not to have any at all. Stay kid free. Oh, sorry, no, I'm kidding. Well, I mean, like, if you want to have kids, you have kids, teach his own. But me personally, I don't know. I'm a if it happens person. But I ain't looking forward to it right now. That's what I'm gonna say.
We don't judge.
I think children are a gift from God. If God see you fit with that child, He gonna bless you with it. If you're not fit for it, even if He still bless you with a child, but He's gonna fit it for someone else to be blessed with a child. So
no sex to you.
And I don't believe in that either, because God got when Mary came in the picture, He saw Mary fit, He impregnated her through the spirit of, I don't know. I always felt like I don't believe in abortions. I don't believe in. I just feel like bearing kids is a gift from God. It's being a mother is what it is. It ain't about who have a baby. It's about who can be a mother. That's what it all means.
It ain't got to be a mother, just a real good, caring guardian. Somebody that's gonna treat you like you're supposed to be treated. Help teach you the right way, right direction, right steps.
Was dying to be a mother.
Yeah. That's why I agree with adoption agencies.
Yeah, I agree with
My
that too.
biggest advice would be don't have sex until you're ready. Why? Because having kids is possible. Having kids is very easy to make, very easy to start, very easy,
but hard to maintain.
Well, I got a question.
But
let me say this: for someone who don't have children, I wish that I knew this before I had children. I wish I could have chose the fathers, the proper fathers that want to have children with. I wish I would have analyzed my life before I laid down with certain motherfuckers. Ooh, screw me. Can I say that?
Okay.
Oh.
No, you're good.
I wish so someone that don't have kids, even if you want to have children or not, I would say, like, really think about it before you make any drastic decisions, or
before you have
be smart. And
still
having kids is a gift from God to me. Whether you protect yourself or not, because people can get pregnant with protection.
Exactly.
So I all look at it as God's will. But someone that don't have children, that do want to have children, really think about it. Think about who you having that child with. Think about the long, because these kids ain't temporary. These children are lifelong.
Wrap it up.
And they're not toys. These are human beings. Because people have babies for the wrong reasons.
They start off as dress up dolls.
Yeah.
But baby,
I ain't paying none of mine.
And last question, y'all.
Okay. So y'all, we got one more question. This is the last one. It says, what is one lesson that altered your point of view? I'm going to say relationships. I always thought I want a relationship because, one, I'm gonna say I never been in a relationship until this year, and I am now 21. So my first relationship, I was like, nah. I always used to think I want to be in a relationship. I want to,
Somebody love me.
I want somebody, exactly. I want that kind of love or whatever. But once I got into one, baby, I know you love me. I love you too, mama.
Yeah, it's a different love.
But yeah, so I definitely always wanted a relationship, but once I got it, I didn't want it. And now I realized taking it slow is just the best option. Like, take your time. It's gonna come when it's supposed to come. No forcing. That's the lesson.
Well, I'm gonna say my lesson that altered my point of view: friendships. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody don't love you the way you love them. Everybody ain't gonna treat you the way you treat them. Everybody wasn't raised the same to even know how to love, or like French. I'm gonna say friendships, relationships, situationships, all the ships on the water.
Yeah, I like that. That's right.
I don't have no answer.
That really made you reflect.
Did you want to have kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Did
When I
you
was
expect to have a child that early?
No.
Okay, so that lesson, that was the lesson. What?
That's
you
why
wanted to have
that's
kids?
why I'm preaching now. You're right, because that's why I'm preaching now. No sex until you're ready.
Okay. Yeah. I think
one lesson that attacked.
Mama, take two. Let them know what the question is. What you read? You read. That's one lesson that altered my point of view. Okay, I had to grow up kind of early, so I think my biggest one and like my biggest lesson had a lot to do with my parents and just knowing that parents are they're living their first life too, and I have to detach from their inability to parent, especially if they still operate from their trauma. And that's my biggest way of respecting their trauma, but also knowing my worth enough to know that what they put me through was not okay, and knowing that they were not. It's definitely a more common feeling than you think. I think certain generations aren't as in tune with their emotions based on how nitty gritty their parents were and how your emotions they were as their parents were. So it stems down generational curses are very heavy.
I was a hurt person.
And hurt people hurt people. Very much so. And I think that was like a big thing. Ask them. It takes nothing to ask, and I love that.
We have a good communication. I'm definitely gonna bring it up.
Yeah, because it's something that like I have really had to digest in order to achieve my goals in healing that version of myself. Because a big part of my life, I only remember the trauma that was caused by my parents. I don't remember my childhood, so that took away a lot of how I view things, and I would carry that within relationships, within friendships. I would be very walled up, and I would be very defensive and aggressive. As a very protected person, like you said, I felt like I had to be the protector in an all-woman household. So at the end of the day, like I had
my first bully was my brother.
My first hater was my mother. A lot of times insecurity stems very deep. Yeah, like it's very different.
Was in the house. Your first boy? I ain't hear you. My first bully. Oh yeah, my first bully was in my house too. I was called Black. I was called Black. I was called Top Baby. Look at my complexion. But
you don't realize how much of that stuff makes you self-conscious.
Yeah, like, it does.
I had a mother that won't black. I had a very detached. I had a whitewashed mother that was still colored. However, she had a black child, and I had a black father who didn't respect black women because of his upbringing and only condoned being with women who he could control. So, like when it comes to the perspective of adults, I don't see them as adults. I see them as beings that just so happen to have age.
I was raised with a cheater.
Yeah.
I was raised by a cheater.
My daddy been married 4 times.
Well, my grandparents was married all my life, but my granddaddy had a whole family outside of
It'd be like
our
that.
household. I won't trust men to this day because of what I saw coming up. You know what I'm saying?
It alters your whole perspective.
My mom been in church all my life, but she ain't raised me. You know what I'm saying?
So what'd you learn from that? Because that seems like it's more of a heavier altered lesson.
It is. It's too much to talk about.
Okay, real. You right. I know. We can go more in depth. It's just the first thing. I promise. These are the type of conversations I love. However, yes. I appreciate y'all very much. So, I will wrap this up though, because we is getting real deep and all into it. I appreciate all of my beautiful, lovely guests, and I hope y'all enjoyed the content. I always end in my affirmations, so just know that y'all are loved. Y'all are all kings and queens, and y'all are all appreciated, loved beings. And again, y'all do not deserve what y'all been through, but you are responsible for healing from it. And tune in, don't ever tune out. And if y'all got anything else to say,
make sure you follow us on our socials
and
as
I will
well.
put everything.
Like and subscribe.
Exactly.
Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes.
All right, it's been real, y'all. Bye. Period.